Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Detail back for another video here today, and I am back with my Week 4 NFL game picks. Last week wasn't bad; was an improvement from Week 2. I went 10-6, and then I come out here on Thursday night and get the game wrong for the third time in a row. I really got to step it up here in the Thursday night games. Struggling out here. That being said, that does mean I picked the Green Bay Packers over the Eagles. I thought they were going to win 27-24. They let me down in a game that was very possible to win. Credit to Philly. They absolutely destroyed their defense on their running game. Carson Wentz didn't have to do too much. The defense on both sides was not great. Regardless, they got the job done. Eagles moved to 2-2. Packers fall to 3-1. Either side can't be too upset with where they're at right now in the season. So with that being said, let's move on to the Sunday 12 o'clock games for me, Central Time, baby. You already know. First up, we got the New England Patriots going to Buffalo to play the Bills. I have the Patriots running 27-13. It's kind of low for a 3-0 team, but I've been high on the Bills. I've picked them every week to win. I thought they were going to start strong, and I think they're a better team than people expect. That being said, I just think the Patriots are just really good, and I don't see their defense letting up a lot of points against this Bills offense, which is capable of scoring. Don't get me wrong, but I can't bet against the Patriots. I just can't, you know. So yeah, I think New England goes 4-0. Buffalo 3-1. Still a great start. Can't be mad at it, Bills fans. Don't worry. Up next, we got the Tennessee Titans going to Atlanta to play the Falcons. That being said, the Falcons are home, so I've been winning 28-20. No, that's not the deciding factor, but I just think the Falcons are a better team. Mariota looked awful on Thursday night, and I mean awful. We've been known we've known that Marcus Mariota has not been a great quarterback since he really came in the league. There was high hopes for him. I thought there was a little bit of potential there, but once he hit his third season, I kind of thought it was shocked. Titans have to move on. You can't sign him to an extension unless you get like a 1-year deal and you draft a quarterback. Regardless, you have to move on from Mariota. He's holding the team back severely, and I think the Titans are a playoff team with better quarterback play, to be honest. And I think Atlanta, they still have a lot of weapons. I don't think their record indicates how good they are or can be, but I have money in this game, so congratulations. Up next, we got the Baltimore Ravens going to Cleveland to play the Browns. Browns, disappointing start. Ravens, hot start, even after a tough loss in Kansas City. It's Pat Mahomes, it's Andy Reid. Not much to say. It happens, man. It happens to the best of us, you know. With that being said, I think the Ravens bounce back. They get a win over the Browns, 30-24. I think the Browns will be better this week than they have in weeks prior. I think they are playing with a chip on their shoulder. A lot of people are calling them out. Same with Baker Mayfield. I think there's a lot going on in Cleveland, and it's really holding them back. Maybe this definitely isn't their year. Maybe next year. I mean, you got to look at it. They even play a tough schedule this season, and I think Lamar is that much better of a passer. He's that big of a weapon. That's just a better overall team in terms of coaching. Maybe not talent overall, but I think maybe talent overall. I think it's close. I think the Ravens still take it. But in terms of coaching staff, I think this is such a well-coached team, and I think they get a win on the road in division and move to 3-1. So yeah, let's go, baby. Up next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs going to Detroit to play the Lions. I have the Chiefs winning 34-27. Look, the Chiefs just put up so many points, it's hard to stop. Pat Mahomes is playing out of his mind. Everyone said he has to take a step back, including myself. And at this point, I'm not too sure that he's unreal. He was my favorite quarterback coming out of that draft class, but I'd be lying if I said I expected anything close to this. I thought the potential was there, but not like this. It's just unfair, really. That being said, I think Detroit's a good team, and not to mention they're playing at home. I still think they're a good team, but this is such a bad matchup. I mean, Kansas City against anyone is pretty much a bad matchup unless you're like the Patriots, and that's about it, to be honest, in my opinion. But we'll see. I still think the Chiefs are gonna win, and that'll move us on to the next game. We got the Carolina Panthers traveling to Houston to play the Texans. I have Houston winning 28-24. And even though Carolina played really well last week, I just think Deshaun Watson is kind of unstoppable. They get a win that kind of shocked me last week against the Chargers. I thought the Chargers were going to do the thing. The Texans showed out. And I think they showed again. No matter how well Kyle Allen played last week, it was against the Cardinals. Keep that in mind. I think he takes a step back this week. I still think he looks solid, but Houston's just better. And I think it comes down to quarterback play, to be honest. So, yeah, I have Houston winning. And let's move on. We got the Oakland Raiders traveling to Indy to play the Colts. And I try to tell people, Jacoby Brissett is a much better quarterback than people expected. And he's even played a little bit better this year than I thought he would. I mean, they're 2-1. I don't think I've picked him a single week so far, so I'm kind of disrespecting. But that being said, I do have the Colts winning 30-20. This Raiders defense is very beatable, and their offense can't be trusted. And I do think the Colts defense is solid, not like top. It's a top half of the league defense. Even though I think they just lost Malik Hooker for a couple weeks, I still think this is a well-coached team, and that's what it comes down to. T.Y. Hilton's not going to play, but I don't expect that to hinder things too much. I still think the Colts win. I still think they're a better team. So that'll move us on to the Los Angeles Chargers going to Miami to play the Dolphins. This is going to be another slaughter. Sorry, Dolphins fans. This is rough. So I have the Chargers winning 35-14. Cowboys in the first half, they kind of shot themselves in the foot over and over again, just trying to force things and just not getting there in plays on defense. Regardless, they came out in the second half and they dominated, just like I think the Chargers will. So it shouldn't be close once again. It should be a rough 17 weeks for Dolphins fans. Sorry. Yeah. Up next, we got the Washington Redskins traveling to New York to play the Giants. Story of the week, Daniel Jones comes out, balls, and gets a very big come-from-behind win. And it shocked me. Well, the way it happened, it shocked me. I said it last week if you watched the video. I said if the Giants won this game, I wouldn't be shocked. Granted, they should have lost 100%. Buccaneers kicker comes out, chokes the field goal big time, and the Giants get very lucky to get their first win on the season. You know, they were lucky. I think Washington is bad. I do think the game will be close, but I do have the Giants winning 28-24. I just think Daniel Jones gives his team juice. Even with no Saquon Barkley, it's going to be hard, but I like the Giants' overall weapons more, and I think they're better coached than the Redskins. So I think the coaching advantage is there, not to mention the Giants are at home. So I think they get a second win in a row. Very shocking, I know, but it looks like the Giants have their franchise quarterback. We'll have to see. So yeah, let's move on. We got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Arizona to play the Cardinals. Seahawks, very unlucky game last week. I think that's really what it was. Chris Carson fumbled twice. They got a punt return on them, and Russell Wilson threw for 400 yards. That shouldn't happen. You shouldn't lose. The box score said it was a lot closer than the game really was. Granted, I think the Seahawks come out and get the job done against a Cardinals team that, like I said, also, I think they were going to be better. They were going to be close in a lot of games, but I don't think they were going to win a lot of games. And they got kind of manhandled last week. So I expect the Seahawks to kind of do the same thing, hopefully. It'd be a really bad look if you lose back-to-back like that, and one of them against the Cardinals. So the Seahawks winning 31-24. That'll move us on to Tampa Bay at Los Angeles Rams. Tampa Bay, so unfortunate last week. They had the game, and kicker choked. It happens, man. Kickers are so important in this league. But they are significantly outmatched in this game in terms of talent, in terms of coaching, and I think the Rams win 31-21 pretty comfortably. So, not much you could do there. Up next, we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Chicago to play the Bears. This is a full defensive matchup. I don't expect there to be very good quarterback play or very good offensive play. While I do have probably more points than there should be, I think Minnesota's going to win 2017, mainly off the back of Dalvin Cook and Mitch Trubisky playing worse than Kirk Cousins. While I don't trust either one of these quarterbacks, I would rather have Kirk, shockingly. So, yeah, that's just what it is, honestly. Moving on, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Denver to play the Broncos. Hype around Gardner Minshew, best quarterback in the league, facts. But I think the Broncos are better than an 0-3 team. Their record does not identify who they really are, and I think they come out and get a win that is very possible. I have the game 27-20, so it's a one-score game. I think it'll be close, but I just think the Broncos show that they don't completely suck, I guess. I don't know what you want me to say there. Like I said, I think it'll be close. If the Broncos lose, wouldn't shock me. Once again, one of those kind of games, but I just don't see it happening in my eyes. So that's really what it comes down to. Not to mention they're at home, so that plays a factor. Hard to play in Mile High Stadium. Jesus. All right. Moving on to the Sunday night game, we got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to New Orleans. Dear Lord, I can't speak. Traveling to New Orleans to play the Saints. The Saints, huge win last week. Massive. Very shocking. I don't know anyone that thought was going to happen, at least in that fashion. With that being said, their defense did carry them to that win, and you didn't see Teddy Bridgewater look very good at all. And if you look at the game last year, the 13-10 win Dallas had, while they're at home, I don't expect the game plan to switch up very much, if at all. And I think Dallas only got better in terms of offense and defense. And they're going to challenge Teddy Bridgewater to beat them, and Saints are going to try to challenge Dak to beat them. Who do you trust more, Dak or Teddy Bridgewater? I trust Dak by a long shot. I don't think the Saints can replicate that kind of performance. While the Saints are at home, and that's why I have it so close, I have Dallas winning 20-20. I just don't think it'll happen. Dallas' personnel matches up too well against New Orleans, and I think they get a big win to prove that they are a real threat, and they're not just beating a bunch of garbage teams. Yeah. Moving on to the Monday night game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Probably one of the least exciting games of the week, kind of like the entire Monday night schedule for the season, to be honest. But Pittsburgh, they had 5 turnovers. Not 5 turnovers. They had 5 takeaways last week, and they still lost. And I don't know if I ever felt like the Steelers were going to win last week. When you have 5 takeaways and you lose, it's embarrassing, kind of. Mason Rudolph didn't look particularly bad, but he didn't look great. And I think the Bengals are just better. While Pittsburgh, if they win, I think it's based off of defense, and I don't think it's impossible for them to win. I'm going to put trust in Andy Dalton, oddly enough, to put points on the board, and the Bengals defense to do enough to slow down a quarterback that's only getting his second start in the league. Pittsburgh's offense has not looked great by any means, and I don't expect that to necessarily stop. While I think they look better, I just don't see it. So, I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Well, moving on, that'll bring us to my current record, which is 32-16-1. I would be doing better if I can get these Thursday night games right, but God knows that'll never happen. It's not awful, you know. I wish I was doing a little bit better, but I really can't complain. I'm really in the mix of all the analysts. I think I'm more towards the top half. I don't think there's too many people doing better than I am. While I could be doing better, I'm proud of myself. I'm doing a decent job. We're gonna try to keep it going. Let's try to get more than 10 games this week. That'll be harder with the 2 buys, but we'll see. We'll see. Like always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below any of your thoughts. If you want me to do anything other related to the NFL, please let me know. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Detail, and I'm signing out. Peace.